today you've seen that rural is a very hot sector, in the sense that banks are rushing into the rural areas because the growth they see in the rural areas is going to be far higher than what we've seen in the urban areas. The coming few years, or coming few 5 to 10 years, we'll see the growth coming from the rural areas. One, agriculture is doing well. Secondly, the aspirations of people in the rural areas are also very high, in terms of as they move up on the income levels, they will be banking, they will be spending money, they will be accessing credit, be it two-wheelers, be it other lines of credit, etc., be it cars, be it tractors, finance, etc. So you will see that this rural will continue to drive the banking deposit and credit growth, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair point.
Right. Yeah. So now I move on to, I just showed you the credit and deposit growth as a whole in the banking sector. But between that credit growth, what's driving the credit growth? It's the retail credit growth, right? That means people like you and me who are consuming loans, like, or whether it is a car loan, whether it is a two-wheeler loan, whether someone wants to buy a Rolex on finance, someone wants to take a holiday abroad, he's taking a personal loan. Someone is buying a house or a mortgage, he takes a housing loan from the bank. So if you look at it, retail was very negligible in 2000. Hardly 51,000 crores of loans that retail were having. And today, if you look at it, like, it's like 28 lakh crores, almost 28 lakh crores of loan book is constituted by retail customers. Uh, so everyone, as salaries have gone up, as aspirations have gone up, as purchasing power has gone up, people have bought homes through finance, taking a home loan. People have taken personal loans, taken vehicles on finance. They've taken education loans, gold loans, etc. So if you look at the graph on the right hand side, it tells you that today almost more than 50% of the loan book is constituted by home loans across all banks. So home loan has been the biggest driver of credit in India for retails. Just to give you an example, in 2000, 2001, home loans used to be around 2% of India's GDP, right? So today, when we look at the home loan, it's almost like 10, 11% of Indian GDP, right? So the market has expanded exponentially over the last 20 years. Same is the case with vehicle loans or personal loans. So it's all consumption driven. And I think the growth will continue in the next 5, 10 years if you look ahead, because India has a very large consuming population, right? As people graduate from college and universities and they get into a job, they will need a two-wheeler to commute to office. They will need a personal loan to set up the house, even if it's rented, and they have to kind of put the furniture there, or have to buy appliances, etc. They will go out and get themselves finance these gadgets, etc., be it mobile phones. Then as you progress in life and your salary goes up, you need to kind of buy a car. 80-85% of the cars today get financed, right? So this is how a person moves up the value chain, I would say. And as he kind of settles down in life and he marries, he probably looks at to buy a house, that at least he should have a house of his own or a flat of his own. So that is what is going to drive the consumption theme or the retail loan theme in India in the coming years.
Okay. Okay. Fair point.
If you look at the credit growth of retail loans, it's been 21% year on year, a CAGR of 21% in the last 21 years.
So you think similar kind of a percentage is possible in coming 5 years?
So very difficult to guess that whether it will be 21% or higher. But probably my sense is that it will be in high teens, if not in 20s, basically.
Okay. Okay. Fair point.
Right. So just to the table that you saw on the last slide, this is just the numbers that I'm showing you, that from 18,500 crores to a book of today, 114 lakh crores basically. So see the
Hmm.
growth in home loans that you see, the personal loan component and other probably were very negligible. I couldn't even get data from RBI side, right? You had only consumer durables, which was 2,700 crores, 2,781 crores, which is now 7,242.
Hmm.
So you look at the growth that each and every product today has seen in the last 20 years.
Right. I'm
Right?
actually quite surprised to see loan against shares and bond only 4,300 crores.
Uh,
That's actually quite less according to me, because what a significant amount of capital is invested in equities and bonds, and people are not leveraging that capital.
I agree with you that it's lower, but I think there are restrictions on this that a bank should not have a certain percentage of a loan book more than that threshold in loan against shares and bonds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now got it.
So, so,
Yes.
so banks cannot go aggressive and say that no, only we will only lend against loans and shares. So RBI has a cap on that percentage that how much of a loan book can be in your loan against shares and bonds, basically. So
Right.
that is why this figure looks low, basically.
Acha, and the other thing is this gold loan,
Yeah,
56,000 crore is gold loan. So
yeah.
technically, this is basically 56,000 worth of collateral of gold lying with the banks.
No, the collateral could be much more. This is the loan outstanding of a customer, of the
Okay.
customers that have availed gold loans. See what happens
Okay.
in a gold loan, it's one of the safest products to lend, right? If you look at it, if I own certain amount of jewelry and I need a loan which is fairly quick, I take the jewelry to a gold loan bank saying that I need money against it. The bank just kind of verifies the gold, looks at it purity, they value the gold, and they say we'll give you 75% of the loan amount quickly, right?
Okay.
I may need
Hmm.
75%, I may need 25%, I may need 50% against that, depends on what is my need, right?
Right.
But let's say
Right.
if I have a necklace which is 2 lakhs worth 2 lakh rupees, and
Hmm.
I don't need a 1,50,000, which is 75% of the value of that necklace. But I say I
Hmm.
only need 50,000 or 1 lakh. I will not cut the necklace into two parts and give it to the bank. So here is 1 lakh and give me against this 50,000. I will have
Hmm.
to keep the entire collateral with the bank, which is three times or four times or even twice what I need the money for. So
Hmm.
this doesn't show the real value of the collateral.
Amazing. What a beautiful business that is.
Yes.
And with gold prices, if they go up, all the gold loan companies, I mean, most reasonable risk-free lending.
Yes, so if you look at historically, the gold loan financing was done mostly by NBFCs,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And there are only hardly two in the listed space that do gold loan financing. Their
Yeah.
NPAs have never been more than 1% if you look at it, right?
Hmm.
So people have that love for their jewelry because it's been probably passed on from ancestors at times. And
Hmm.
also, Indians have a love for gold. So they
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
want to forego that gold. They will take a loan when there's an emergency, but they will also pay it off and recover that collateral from the lender, basically. So
Okay.
gold loans is a very, very safe business. You are
Hmm.
allowed only to lend 75% of the value of the gold, and unless until the gold prices fluctuate more than 25%, you are
Hmm.
pretty safe on that loan.
Okay. Talking about credit card also,
Yeah.
1,16,000 crore worth of outstanding balance is there on credit cards of people who are holding credit card, right?
Yes.
And bank is getting interest on this full amount?
So part of it is revolvers because when
Okay.
you report to our all when banks report the data to RBI on a particular date, there is a card outstanding that they report. They don't report that these many people are revolving or paying interest. So what happens
Hmm.
is that let's say the amount would have been billed or outstanding to the customer but not billed as well. Some would
Hmm.
have been billed but not paid in the sense because you get 21 days to between the billing cycle from the date of billing to the date of payment. There's a gap of 21 days usually that you have. So
Hmm.
some
Hmm.
amount of it would be by transactors that they will pay this money back to before the due date, and there'll be new purchases that will come in. So this figure will have certain amount of revolver customers as well as transactor customers. So this is
Okay.
not the only outstanding that earns interest on the bank, but this is one of the spaces that then the next 5 years or next 7 to 8 years will see the highest growth.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.